Welcome to Logical Class. Today we're going to cover the ACR 6.8. First we're going to record the ACR stats. Then we'll use those stats to make a class. Finally I'll show you some in-game strategy that works well with the class we just created. Let's begin. Alright, the facts. The ACR has a normal ADS of 0.30 seconds and an average mobility for its class. If you're looking for a boost in speed, you can try to increase your sensitivity by 1 or 2 points. That should help. As you can see, the iron sights are slightly obstructive, so we're going to be using the red dot sight. The recoil for this gun is low, but if you hold fire for any length of time, the recoil will force this gun to drift upwards, as you can see in the point spread. This can be devastating in a firefight because any damage that you take will shift your reticle up even further, which will take you completely off target. So to counter this, we will be using either kick or stability. I think that we'll be using kick and just stabilize the bullet spread first off. Here's a clip with the bullet spread with kick. Notice the spread is much more centered than it was before. That will help us tremendously. There are 30 rounds per magazine and the fire rate for this gun is average. You can empty a clip in about 3.03 seconds. That's almost 1 full second slower than the M4A1. So you can counter this fire rate by using quick draw, which will decrease the ADS, which will in turn shorten your kill speed. The reload speed for this weapon is 1.90 seconds, placing it at the top of its class. Considering that, we can use sleight of hand to complement this, or choose some other perk like scavenger because we don't need sleight of hand, because we have such a quick reload time. The damage for this gun is average for its class. It's not the highest nor the lowest, so I'll place it in the middle. Up close, the ACR takes 3 shots to get a kill. At mid-range, it also takes 3 shots, and at long range, it kills in 4 shots. Okay, I think we have what we need. Let's build that class. Okay, the class. We're going to start off with kick. We could also use stability. That would also be helpful in reducing the upwards drift that occurs when you fire. For our attachments, we're going to go with the red dot sight. We could also go with a silencer. The red dot sight will just help counter the slightly obstructive iron sights, but they are slightly obstructive, so a silencer would also be beneficial. Reticle, we'll go with none, any color. For secondary, you can choose any weapon you want. I just like to go with the Stinger to take down their support. For lethal, once again, it's your decision. Let's move on to perks. For the first perk, we're going to go with Sleight of Hand Pro. That will just add to our already fastest reload speed. We could also go with Scavenger because we do have a fast reload speed, or Blind Eye or Recon. Pretty much any one of these actually is open for the ACR because of the speed of the reload. For perk 2, we're going to go with Assassin Pro. It's highly important to stay off the map. A lot of people like to call in UAVs. It's only, when you have hardline, it's only a 2 kill streak, so Assassin Pro is great. Quick Draw Pro will also be useful for maybe an alternate class because it helps you reduce your ADS, which actually helps you reduce your kill time. Perk 3, we're going to go with Marksman. A Dead Silence would also be useful if you're going for a stealth class, but Marksman lets you see enemies in a distance, and distance is what we wanted to go for using this weapon. Strike Package. Strike Package is really up to you. I would suggest using the UAV though, just so you can determine where your enemies are, where at least one of your enemies are, so you can know where their spawn is. Death Streak. Any death streak you would like. I like to go with Revenge so I can see the person that killed me. Another good one is Hollow Points. Alright, that's our class that we're going to use. Let's move on to strategy. Alright, strategy. First off, I want to apologize for this gameplay. It periodically freezes. My HD PVR was having an issue when I was recording it, and I didn't realize it, and I actually lost the game on my PlayStation. So it's not your internet, it's my HD PVR recording. But let's talk strategy. First off, that was bad. That was a bad route. People usually camp out that doorway. So for future reference on this map, try to avoid going that way. Maybe flank around. But for this gun, the ACR, you want to burst shot at mid-range and pepper at long range. Now this is a little different from the M4A1. The M4A1, I just said pepper, but that was because the fire rate was much faster than the ACR, and you always have to remember that when you're close or at close range with an assault rifle, you want to aim down sights and you want to shoot full speed. It's always best to shoot full speed because it has a slower kill rate than some of the submachine guns or even some of the more powerful assault rifles and the light machine guns. So you always want to shoot full speed. The strategy that we're going to use for this gun in this class is keeping your enemies at mid to long range. As I said before, the ACR has a 3-shot kill at close range and mid range, and a 4-shot kill at very long range. So we want to use that to our advantage. So make sure that you keep your enemies at mid to long range and aim down sights, because hip firing, unless you have steady aim, is not going to be very useful. Okay, here's a good example of what not to do. The enemy team is all focused facing one direction and no one is watching the flank route, so they get killed. What you have to remember is that there are always going to be flankers. So if one of your teammates aren't watching the flanking route, you need to watch the flanking route. And that's just even not for your team but for yourself, just to make sure no one comes up behind you and kills you. As you can see here, my whole team is facing one way. I check the flank route and I get the kill, or I get the assist. Now here I fire, I kill an opponent, and their team knows my location, so they start throwing grenades, start shooting noob-tubes at me. So what do you do in that situation? You fall back and you find cover. Just like the M4A1, once you fire, you change your location and you find cover because you don't have a silencer, so they always will know where you are on the map. After I kill this flag carrier, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check to see if anybody's coming in my immediate area so I don't get shot. And then I see all my team is converging on me, so I'll go check the flank route. This is very important. When all your team converges on one specific area, the enemy team is going to respawn either behind your team or in an open area of the map. So I'm checking this area in the map, and boom, there are 2 people just spawn right behind my team and I get the kill. So you have to always check the flank routes. I'm going to have to reiterate that again and again, because that's a very important part of staying alive. And it helps a lot of the YouTubers you see today get mobs and all that stuff, because they can constantly anticipate where the enemy is going to be responding. And that's a very important strategy to have when you're playing Modern Warfare 3. Now you have to remember that even though you're checking the flanking routes, you're doing everything right, you can't always anticipate where the team is going to be. So you have to have strategies like that to get out of danger. I call that a crotch shot, because I hit the crouch and I just shoot straight. It usually hits the opponent in the crotch. And then you're going to draw attention and somebody's going to follow you. You're going to have to escape the situation, go find cover, go find something, and just try to be unpredictable. As you can see there, I was unpredictable and the guy ran right past me and I got the kill. So when we were building the class, I said you can either use the red dot sight or the silencer. Here's a little bit of somebody had a silencer that I picked up, and you can see that the iron sights are not that bad. They're slightly obstructive, they're a little bit in the way, but they're still usable. You can still use it. So if you want to use the silencer instead of the red dot sight, you have a little bit more flexibility in terms of when you fire, because you won't appear on the enemy map. But if you get the kill, you still have to get away from the area that you just killed that guy, because usually there are more than one opponent in the area and they're going to be coming in the same direction that you just killed someone in, because they know that their teammate got killed there. So it's always good to still escape the situation after you get the kill, even if you have the silencer. So another good strategy that I can tell you is to aim down sights when you approach corners that have a long line of sight. Here I do aim down sights, but I make a mistake in that I pepper the shots instead of shooting full speed when I get close to that guy and he kills me. So shoot full speed when you get close to an opponent. So I come back to this area, I aim down sights, and I use cover. That's what we want to do with this gun. You want to aim down sights, use cover. And even though I did get killed there, that's okay. I just didn't see those guys. They came around the flanking route. They were too close for me to get away from. But you want to aim down sights when you come into an area, and you want to check it out before you run into it to see if you can use marksman to see if any red name tags appear or anything. But before you run into an area, check it out. Don't stay too long in one spot though, because spawns are flipping all the time. Your opponents are running into the enemy spawn, flipping it behind you. So you want to keep moving, and you want to keep your aiming down sights to keep your enemies at a distance. So I want to cover all my bases here. There's only one time when you want to hip fire with an assault rifle, and that's going to be coming up soon. I know that the enemy team is coming this way. I see this guy running up to me. I hide behind cover right now, and then he gets too close and I still try to aim down sights. Now, it's always more accurate to aim down sights, but when a guy is that close to you, you want to use a hip fire. And with the ACR, the hip fire is a little bit better than the M4A1. The bullet spread was closer during my trials, so hip firing is not a bad idea when an enemy is very close and he's running towards you for a knife. Finally, if you guys want to have some fun and try combining both this class and the alternate class, try to use the specialist kill streak package and equip I would suggest equipping quick draw as your 2 kill bonus, and scavenger as your 4 kill bonus, and whatever else you may like for the 6 kills. But that'll be a good way to combine both of the classes and still use the strategies from this video. So that is all that I have for the ACR logical class, logical strategy. If you use this class and strategy, you will do well with the ACR if you follow my tips. If you want to see any other gameplays, put it in the comments. The next logical class is going to be the SCAR, another popular gun, great to use, low recoil, so that's going to be a good one. Rate this video, come back, and I'm going to let the rest of this game play out, and yeah, just check it out. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.
UAV spotted. UAV recon ready for deployment. UAV online. We are triumphant.